Nitrox and equipment. In some cases, the use of nitrox requires dedicated equipment, which cannot be used for other mixes. The problem derives from the action oxygen has on the various components of the equipment. In fact, oxygen is a supporter of combustion and can cause fires and explosions. You therefore have to take special precautions. For example, don't put the gas in contact with surfaces that have not been cleaned for oxygen. Silicone grease should not be used, only special lubricants. It is also necessary to replace the seals and O-rings with those made with materials that resist oxygen. Unless indicated by laws or local regulations, this necessity only arises if the percentage of oxygen exceeds 40%, the maximum percentage used in recreational diving. However, these precautions may also be used even for mixes with a lower percentage of oxygen, depending on how the mix is prepared. There are various methods for preparing nitrox. Today, a common method is a static mixer, known as a stick or constant flow mixer, in which the oxygen is added to the air before the compressor intake. There are no particular problems with this method because the percentage of oxygen, always less than 40%, is mixed well before entering the compressor. The same is true for the membrane type, which uses molecular sieves to extract part of the nitrogen from the air. Other centers use a partial pressure method for filling cylinders. This means that pure oxygen is put into the cylinder first, and then filling is completed with air. In this case, pressurized pure oxygen enters the cylinder valve, so cylinders and cylinder valves must be oxygen clean. If one of these cylinders is later filled with air that is not sufficiently clean, it gets dirty and has to be disassembled so the inside of the cylinder and the valve can be cleaned again. This is why all the cylinders cleaned for nitrox are always specially marked with a special written or colored label. On the dive, you have to use a computer that can be set for nitrox as a breathing gas, generally between 21% and 50% of oxygen. The nitrox dive computer can also be set to the maximum partial pressure of oxygen with an alarm, and it also indicates the percentage of exposure to oxygen to prevent hyperoxia.